Hi friends, welcome back to YouTube channel of IMS Kanpur. Today we'll continue with our second session of vocabulary booster. All these words are going to play a very important role in IPM exam. Be it IIM Indore, be it IIM Rohtak, JIPMAT, NPAT, Symbiosis, CUET, and all these exams will test your knowledge of vocabulary. And that is why practicing vocabulary is going to play a very crucial role in your selection. So let's start. The first word is imply. Imply means to say something indirectly or say something in hint. इशारों में कोई बात बोलना. So imply is to hint something. Say indirectly. So that is why in RC you will see a lot of implied ideas question will come. Implied idea means something that is not directly said, but it is hidden in the text. Second word is imprudent. Now, prudent is wise and intelligent. So, imprudent is unwise. Or you can say lacking intelligence is imprudent. So, if you take imprudent decisions in the beginning of your career, then it could cost you a lot in your future. Credence, which is a noun, means trust, or you can say belief. Which of the following will give credence to the author's idea? So you give example to give credence to your idea. So that's why you can say trust, belief, or something that is credible. Next word is polemical, which is an adjective. Polemical means strongly criticize something. Very harsh criticism or being strongly argumentative against something can be called as polemical. Harsh or very strong criticism or being very controversial about something or strongly argumentative. So we can use all these words as synonym. The next word is apprehension. Apprehension is a kind of doubt, worry. Like when you appear for any entrance test, in the beginning you will feel a little apprehension about your performance, whether I'll do well or not. So these are some kind of anxiety that comes to mind. So apprehension is a kind of anxiety, worry, or it's a kind of doubt. Next word is implausible. Implausible is something that is unrealistic, something that is very unlikely to happen, or you can say improbable, जिसके होने की कोई possibility ना के बराबर है. Something that is very unrealistic, or you can say impractical, something that looks impractical. Like in the beginning, when a new venture is launched, lot of people think that the entrepreneur's ideas are implausible. But later on, when they get success, people accept those ideas. Posterity is for coming generation. Future generation or future people that are going to come can be called as posterity. So if you continue to pollute the environment the way we have been doing it, our posterity will struggle to survive. Next word is dubious. Dubious is something that is doubtful, something that doesn't look very genuine, something that is very unauthentic, जिस पर हमें भरोसा नहीं है. That is called as dubious. So you can say his story looked quite dubious to me. So I found it very hard to believe. That is what dubious is. Espouse is to support. Especially support a theory or an idea is called as espouse. So like when Darwin came out with his principle of survival of the fittest, very few people espoused that idea. So support, or you can say advocate, right? An idea or maybe a theory or a concept. And the last word for this sheet is dissent. Dissent is a kind of disagreement. Like in democracy, everyone has a right to express his dissent. If you do not agree with something, you do not like something, you can express your dissatisfaction. You can do protest in a peaceful manner. So dissent is a kind of disagreement, or maybe you can say dissatisfaction or disapproval of something. All these words can be taken as synonym. Let's move to the next 10 words. The first word is grapple. Grapple is a verb. Grapple means to struggle, fight karna. Like whenever you do something new, or even if you're starting to prepare for IPM, in the beginning you might grapple. So you can face a little bit challenges and problems. So grapple is wrestle with something, struggle, especially when you start something new. Like right now, the whole world is grappling with the increases prices of oil due to Iran and US war. Undermine, it is another very important word you will come across in RC passages. Undermine is to weaken something, contradict something. That is called as undermine. Which of the following will weaken or undermine the argument of the author? So in a passage, if author is presenting an idea, then you can challenge that. So to challenge an idea, weaken an idea, or contradict is called as undermine. Rhetoric, again it's a noun and it is pretty commonly used word. Rhetoric is someone who uses the language and the words very, very effectively in speaking as well as in writing. But maybe his intention may not be sincere, right? So he might be influencing people by, talking in a very impressive manner. But whatever he talks may lack sincerity. That's why in politics you use rhetoric. During election time, you will see a lot of rhetoric speech. Use of language effectively to impress people, impress or influence people, but may lack sincerity, or whatever you are saying may not be absolutely correct. Utopia. Utopia is a vision of perfect society. Ideal or perfect society can be called as utopia. Like we all want to live in an utopian society, but it is implausible to make one. So it is very impractical to think about a society where everybody is happy, everybody is perfect. It is almost next to impossible. Unprecedented. Precede means to come first. Unprecedented is something that is happening first time, that has never happened before. So maybe happening first time, और something that is unparalleled, जिसका और कोई record नहीं है. Like for example, in our lifetime during COVID, we saw the lockdown. So for us, lockdown was unprecedented. In our lifetime, it has happened first time. Superfluous. Superfluous. Now remember the word FLU. I think flu is the most talked word during COVID. Flu is something that transfers from one person to another person very, very quickly. So superfluous is something that is extra flowing, something that is unnecessary, that is not needed. Or you can say extra, or maybe we can say redundant. That is what is the meaning of the word superfluous. This statement is quite superfluous in this context. It means in this context, this statement is totally irrelevant. Daunting is something that is very challenging. Difficult to crack, like getting 99.99 percentile in CAT is a daunting challenge. Or maybe getting first rank in IPM IIM Indore is going to be quite daunting. Something that is very challenging. इवन इतना चैलेंजिंग कि हमें उससे डर लग सकता है, दैट इज इंटीमिडेटिंग. Intimidating, or something that is very difficult to crack. That is what is called as daunting. Next word is esoteric, which is again an adjective. Esoteric is difficult to understand. There are few things that are generally not, understood by normal people. So that is esoteric. Difficult to understand, or something that is very cryptic, right? That is called as esoteric. Paradigm. Paradigm is a kind of model or example, especially perfect example of something. Like you can say after COVID, there has been a paradigm change in the lifestyle of the people. So there has been tremendous change. That is called as paradigm. Next word is profound. Profound is something that is a very deep meaning. That can be called as profound. So in depth, or something that is very thoughtful. Like his ideas were quite profound, and that is why it has influenced thousands of people. So profound is not shallow. Something that has a deep meaning can be called as profound. Let's look at the last 5 words for today. Contend is to argue or challenge an idea, especially idea or theory. Like in group discussion or debate, you contend others' ideas. Poignant is something that is very emotional, or maybe something that touches our heart. बहुत ही moving होता है, or heart touching. His story was so poignant, or maybe you can say the climax of the movie was so poignant that everybody, started shedding their tears. Pervasive is widespread. Something that is spread everywhere. Omnipresent. Or you can say rampant. You can say the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi are pervasive across the world. Obscure is something that is unknown, or something that has been lost. Like there are certain actors from the first movie, they become very, very popular and overnight superstar. But after some time, they become quite obscure, unknown to people. People do not know where they are. That is how I use the word obscure. And the last word is pejorative. Now, this word is very essential in tone-based questions. Like in RC passages, the passage may ask what is the tone of the passage, and you will see pejorative is extremely critical. Right? Making very harsh criticism is called as pejorative. So like he has done a very small mistake, but his teacher was quite pejorative in criticizing him. It means almost becoming abusive or using very, very rough words or harsh words. That is what is called as pejorative. So these are the 25 words. Now we'll do some exercise based on these words. So now here you can see there is a table which has 2 columns. In the left side, there are some words that are given, and in the right side also some of the words that are given. And we have to match the synonym. So let's read one by one. The first word is credence, and we have discussed credence as a kind of trust or belief. Something that you can believe. So the best option I could see is reliance. Reliance, the word has come from rely, and rely is to depend on something. Rhetoric is again art of good speaking, or you use words very, very effectively. So I can say eloquence is the correct synonym of this particular word. Unprecedented is something that is happening first time. So we have already discussed unparalleled. Paradigm is model of something, or you can say ideal. Contend is to argue. we have already discussed. Pervasive is something that is widespread. Another word that is very, very common or synonym of pervasive is called as ubiquitous. Again, ubiquitous is widespread everywhere. And the last word is pejorative, is a kind of disparaging or abusing someone or highly criticizing someone. That is called as disparaging, or maybe you can say belittling someone, right? Or maybe you can say deride someone, to demean someone, to lower someone's dignity. You use those kind of words. So let's quickly go. Credence is trust, so that is reliance. Rhetoric is using words quite effectively. That's why eloquence is also called as art of good speaking. Unprecedented is unparalleled. Paradigm is a kind of model or ideal of something. Content is to argue a challenge. Pervasive is ubiquitous or widespread, and pejorative is extremely critical. Now we do match antonym. So let's look one by one. Dissent, we said disagreement. So obviously the antonym will become harmony. Harmony is where agreement is there. We agree with each other. Profound is something that is done in depth. So you can say shallow is the correct antonym. Polemical is something that is very, very contentious or argumentative. So we agree with something. Maybe you can say accord. Esoteric is difficult to understand. So facile is antonym. Facile is something that is very, very easy to understand. And imprudent is somebody who's unintelligent or unwise or lacking wisdom. So sagacious is very, very intelligent. Somebody who's wise or intelligent is called as sagacious. And let's look at the next part of exercise, that is fill in the blank. So you can see there are 5 words followed by 5 sentences. Let us read the sentence and try to decide which of the given words is going to fit in rightly. Now the word superfluous, we know something that is unnecessary or redundant. Apprehension is a kind of doubt or worry. Utopia is a perfect society. Poignant is emotional or very, very touching. And obscurity is get lost. The purchaser should avoid asking for, I would say, irrelevant information. So the best option will be superfluous. Let's look at the second one. Let's read carefully. So while solving fill in the blank question, you need to read the sentences carefully. Try to understand the situation and context. And based on that, you could figure out the right words. Parents expressed about the safety of their children. So obviously you will be concerned about the safety. Any parent will always be very cautious and concerned about the safety of their children. So I can use the word apprehension. So they express their worries. They set out to create a classless. Now class means middle class, upper class. So there are multiple classes. Now you want to create a classless. So I think this is a kind of utopia. It is very difficult to create a society which does not have in classes. So you can say utopia is a perfect society where there is no discrimination between people. The photograph was a poignant reminder, a kind of, becoming nostalgic. And the last one is she resigned from the government and fell back into obscurity. So people do not know where she is. And the last exercise for this particular session is, let's look at these words and try to fill in the blanks. Imprudent, we have discussed unwise, lacking intelligence. Polemical is very argumentative, debatable, or harshly criticizing. Apprehension is worry. Implausible is unrealistic. Espouse is to support. Undermine is to weaken. Rhetoric is using language effectively. Daunting is intimidating or challenging. Paradigm is a model or perfect example of something. Profound is deep. His remarks during the debate created unnecessary conflict. So maybe his remarks were very, very negative. So here the word unnecessary conflict means the remarks were not very, very positive. They were pretty negative. And negative remarks could be, the best possible answer could be polemical. So I would go with polemical remarks. The theory seemed as it lacked any real evidence. So if the theory does not have a real evidence, it means it is impractical or unrealistic. So we can use the word implausible. Many leaders use emotional. Now you want to influence public and you are using emotional appeal. It means the best option could be emotional rhetoric. See, decided to the cause of environmental protection. So you wanted to support because environmental protection needs some kind of support. So I think espouse is the correct word. The challenge of cracking IPMAT may seem daunting at first. First look it could look daunting. But obviously if you prepare well, if you are preparing in a structured manner, you are getting mentored by the right set of people, definitely you'll be able to crack it. His careless and decision cost him a great opportunity. Obviously his decision was not up to mark. So the best word has to be imprudent. The new education system aims to become a role or example for others. So we have to use the word paradigm. There was a sense of before the result. So whenever the results are coming, there is some amount of uneasiness that we feel. So you can clearly say apprehension. The scientist's discovery had a profound impact. So you have a very, very deep impact on future research. And the last one is some critics tried to the credibility of the new policy. So you are challenging the credibility. It means you're undermining or you're weakening. So guys, these were the few words that we have done practice. So I would say if you practice for 20-30 word every day, I'm very sure that you will be doing well in your all the exams. So all the very best. And if you like, please subscribe our channel and share this video. Thank you. All the best.